won last week against the Commanders. They gave up 31 points. I mean, Sam Howell looked like the second coming to Joe Montana. I don't know what the hell was going on. So if you're Dak Prescott with the level of play that CD Lamb has been putting forth, with the chemistry that you clearly have developed with him, with Brandon Cooks coming up the rear, still hasn't caught more than 4 passes in a game, but that chemistry between him and Dak Prescott seems to be growing as well. When you take all of those things into consideration and what Dak looks like when he has a lead in terms of his completion percentage, touchdowns compared to the interceptions, compared to when he's at a deficit, here's where this game comes down to, Swagoo. It really comes down to the Dallas Cowboys defense. Are you going to be able to neutralize Philadelphia with Hurts and that brother A.J. Brown, 6 straight games, over 125 receiving yards?
Averages. At some point, a team like Dallas, who can't seem to get out of a rut, who can't seem to get out of the first round of the playoffs, who can't seem to get past their division foe, the Philadelphia Eagles, are going to do it. And that point is right now this season. The Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC. I've said it time and time again. I'm saying it again because you know what? I'm going to pull receipts when it comes time. And everybody was saying whatever they had to say, all the Cowboys haters.
Let's go.
Let's get into it.
Game of the week.
Let's get into it. So, listen, man. Dub and I talked about this preseason. I told him, listen, it's only so long a team can be down. The Cowboys have been down for I don't know how long. If you're a Cowboys fan, I don't even know how you're still a fan at this point because most of you weren't even born the last time you guys won the Super Bowl. Now, it's hard for me to say that being both a Panthers and a Bengals fan, and we've never won one. So, hey, it is what it is. But finally, we're going to see who the big dog in the NFC East, but also the NFC as a whole is. When we get the Cowboys and Eagles this weekend, game of the week. It's that time. Listen, before we get into that, I got a little favor I need. For those folks that don't follow us, I got Dub here with me. I'm JT. Together we make up in the arena. Listen, I'm going to tell you now, we need 3 things from you. Before you even get into the video, we need you to comment. First off, let me know your team. Let me know your thoughts on this video. We need you to like this video because you watched it. Why not like it? And listen, if you haven't done so at this point, give me that energy and subscribe to the channel. That's CLS treatment. So let's go ahead and get into it. We got the Cowboys. We got the Eagles. It's a showdown. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, CD Lamb, you know what I'm saying? A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. You're talking about all-stars all across the board. I mean, this is the real deal. I got my popcorn ready already. Dub, let me know who you have winning and what you see happening.
Man, I'm always going to go against the Cowboys. The only time that I did not go against the Cowboys last week I think I picked the Rams. I think there was 1 week in my picks I picked the Cowboys. But looking at this matchup, man.
Time out, Dub. Before you get into this analysis, I cannot believe you picked the Rams to beat the Cowboys. But go ahead.
I know, man. It's something about the eye test, man. There's something about what I saw in LA that I thought that they can pull off the upset. So with that being said, I took a risk and I went with LA and it just didn't pan out. However, I think I got 10 of the games right this past week, and I think you got 10.
11 right. We both went 11-3. So another plug. If you're not looking at the picks that Dub and I are dropping, what are you doing? We both went 11-3 last week. So you could have went with Dub's picks. You could have went with my picks. Either way, we went 11-3, 14 games. Come on, man. But go ahead, Dub.
No. That's a good point, man. Shameless plug. That's just what we do around here. That's what we do. When we wrong, y'all like to be in the comments. When we right, we don't see nothing.
Where they at now? Where they at?
I don't know. Haters, they there or they watching. Keep watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, though. Make a comment. But I gotta go with Philly, man. I gotta go with Philly. I think that Philly has found their rhythm offensively. I think with the transition of coordinators, Jalen Hurts has looked somewhat pedestrian in a sense this season, but he had his breakout game last week. And I think because of that, this momentum is going to carry over with one of their rivals being the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys just came off a game where they blew out their opponent, and it seems as if when the Cowboys hit a high, they follow up with a low performance. They always do it subsequently. They go high, then they go low. So they lack that consistency that you're looking for when you talk about a very dominant team. So for me, you got AJ Brown that's torching up the defenses, man. He can actually be named in that MVP conversation if you like to bring him about. And I think we got to run a comparison between him and Tyreek Hill, who you would want to have on your team. But I digress. I got the Eagles. Eagles winning by probably 3 points. It's going to be a tight game.
Yeah, man. I think you gave a great analysis. For me, what it comes down to is Jalen Hurts' health. He is a little injured. Of course, he's still going to play because he's a dog. I think I go back to last week and looking at the game against the Commanders. The Eagles' defense was not as dominant as I've seen them play in previous games. Sam Howell was able to really carve up that defense at different points in the game. I think that we saw the push was finally stopped for the first time ever on the goal line. So maybe they won't ban it in the league now that the tush push was finally stopped. I think what we've seen with just the growth of Bland on that defense in Dallas, we already know we got a Michael Parsons. We already know we got a Stephon Gilmore. It's a shame that Trayvon Diggs is not out there to continue to anchor this defense. But this defense is special. This is a special defense. I know because I have them in fantasy football, and I thank them kindly for what they do for me so graciously every week. But this defense is going to stifle the Eagles' offense. Now, the key to that is going to be how they match up against A.J. Brown. I think they're going to have to limit the targets that A.J. Brown gets. That's going to be very hard to do. You got a guy who's already had 1,000 receivers, who right now is wide receiver 1 in the league. It's hard to say that he's not. The only argument you can make is that Tyreek Hill is wide receiver 1, but there's no other argument. Him and Tyreek Hill, and I don't think you could speak to anyone else being the guy. I think that Dak Prescott has found somewhat of a groove after a tough go at it against San Francisco, and just some up and downs. He's finally in a groove. CeeDee Lamb is doing his thing. The Dallas offense has all of the pieces. When you look across the board, it's all on what their defense is able to do with the Eagles offense. I'm taking the Dallas Cowboys to win this matchup because at some point, like I said, it's just the reality of averages, the law of averages. At some point, a team like Dallas, who can't seem to get out of a rut, who can't seem to get out of the first round of the playoffs, who can't seem to get past their division foe, the Philadelphia Eagles, are going to do it. And that point is right now this season. The Dallas Cowboys are going to win the NFC. I've said it time and time again. I'm saying it again because you know what? I'm going to pull receipts when it comes time. And everybody was saying whatever they had to say, all the Cowboys haters. I'm not a Cowboys fan. What I am is an analyst. And I see it. Dub mentions the eye test. I see an NFC champion team when it comes to this Dallas Cowboys team. They're going to prove it this Sunday. I got the Cowboys winning. I think the game will be high scoring, actually. So I think we'll see a game where the Cowboys are able to pull this out. I got the Cowboys winning this game 34-26.
Now, one note to make before we close out. Just because you stop A.J. Brown doesn't mean you can stop Devontae Smith and Julio the Great Jones. Just saying. Just keep that in mind on Sunday.
We're going to keep it in mind. I appreciate that, Doug. Listen, let us know your thoughts in the comments. All the Cowboys fans, I showed y'all some love. Show us some love back. Give us that CLS 3-bit comment, like, subscribe. We'll be back with more from me in the arena.